Hey everybody, welcome to the Maine Wedding Buzz, and today we're going to be talking with Brenda Zukatis from the barn at Curtis Farm. So, hey Brenda, thank you for coming in this early morning to help us here with Maine Wedding Buzz. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Brenda Zukatis, and the name of my property is Curtis Farm. And I come with a lot of experience. I worked at Funtown Splashtown for 20 years.
Oh, cool.
So I'm used to dealing with, event planning and that kind of thing. Booked all the functions and events that the park had for 20 years. And been in the marketing field for most of my life. And that's also what I'm doing currently.
So you're doing all the
as well.
marketing for the farm?
Absolutely.
And how are you starting with that part of that process of it? How's it been?
I'm working on the website and getting that going. And of course, we'll plan to go to a lot of the wedding events that are out there to market the property. But
So you're making the rounds of all the shows.
all the
'cause you
shows,
have to do that.
yes. Right.
So how did you get started with Curtis and the farm? Did it just one night you say, oh, I'm going to get into the wedding business? Or did you look at the property and said this would be a great place to get married? How did it all start, the ball start rolling?
Well, I don't think that was even in the thought process originally. My husband bought the property about 12 years ago, and it was ready to fall in pretty much. And slowly, over the past 12 years, he's been just doing renovations. And we just decided that the cost of living on the property was making it so, it was, we might as well turn it into an event facility with my background and his ability to do the construction, that it would make a great property.
And it lends itself well because you can stay there as well, I believe?
Yes, the Victorian house will certainly lend itself to having people be able to spend the night or 2 or 3 nights on the property.
So are you doing like Thursday to Sunday? How is the plan for Curtis?
It's very flexible, but Thursday to Sunday, or you could do 1 night or 2 night of
Well, that's
stay.
nice because you're allowing a la carte, which is different from other venues. Because one of the questions I was going to ask is, how do you differ from other venues? And to allow the client to come in and sort of pick and choose how they want to make their package is a nice way to do it. Is that something that you're planning on, or?
Yeah, it is more a la carte. We're offering, some different packages that will give you quite a variety. So, and we're a little more flexible, I think that.
Will you rent 2 for 1 day as opposed to the whole weekend? If somebody came in and said, if you weren't booked, I just want to do Saturday, are you allowing that as well?
Yes.
Nice, that's great, because there are a lot of venues that don't opt for that, but that's a great way to do business too. What year was the barn built?
The property was built in the 1850s.
Incredible.
And it's kind of unique because the property was never sold. The Curtis family built in the 1850s, early 1850s, and there were 2 barns. And we have photos that show the farmers standing out in front of the property with the horses, and the barns burned. They actually used some of the wood from the original barns to build the existing barn. So the barn that stands now was built in the early 1900s.
And how many people does the barn hold?
The barn will hold seated at 250.
Wow, that's incredible. And I know you have a lot of land too, so if they wanted to use the barn for dancing, you could do a tent as well if you wanted to?
Absolutely, plenty
So
of room for a
there's a
tent.
lot of different ways that you can actually create a wedding there, which is nice because you don't have to just use the barn. What you can do is get married at one end. So basically you're creating an event within an event within an event. So, the wedding first, then cocktails, then have dinner, maybe in a tent, and then move into the barn for dancing and dessert, which is really nice because there's 4 different ways that you can actually set it up, which offers a lot for people who are looking for different ways to utilize barns. Now, can the barn accommodate DJs, bands, iPods, things like that?
Absolutely.
So
Very rustic, but still very modernized.
nice,
Yes.
nice. And restrooms?
Yes, we have restrooms as well.
Indoor, or do they have to bring their own?
Indoor.
Because that's one of the questions a lot of the girls are asking now.
Absolutely.
That are there bathrooms? And they don't want to rent the porta potties, which there's nothing wrong with the porta potty. There are beautiful ones out there, but they want all the plumbing and
My
all the
husband's a
luxury.
contractor, so you'll find very unique restrooms. They're very
Nice.
modern, but will look like they're going, from the outside, they will look rustic.
Oh,
so,
incredible,
yeah.
incredible. Now, can people get married on the property? Is that allowed as well? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but can you actually have the ceremony there as well? And is that extra? to get married, or is that part of the package?
Part of the package. Yes, you can get married. I think one of the reasons my husband and I also decided to turn the facility into a venue was we got married on the property.
Oh, so there's a
We
little
got
history
married outside by
there.
the fences,
Nice.
and it was beautiful. So after looking at the pictures and seeing what other facilities were doing, we have the ability to make it very unique.
And are you creating a vendor page or a vendor list of recommended vendors that you're recommending? Things of
Absolutely,
that nature?
yes.
So I'll have everything from hair, makeup to, I think your daughter does hair and makeup, right?
My daughter is a skin specialist. She's an esthetician.
Oh, nice.
So yes, eventually we will have her on property.
So
to
are
be
you
able
going
to
to
do
offer that like a little day spa type of thing?
Yes.
Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. That's great. Because I know that there's also a, I don't know if you're going to be calling that, but like a honeymoon suite, if I remember. And are you keeping it that way so there's a place for the married couple to stay?
Yes, we're offering a bridal suite. So
Nice.
you'll have your own private facility to stay in
Away
after
from
you
the
get married.
house, which is really nice.
Yes.
So tell us about holding ceremonies on the property. Where do you see that happening? Do you have special locations that you're creating, or is there a special spot that you're designated for the weddings?
No, pretty much you can walk the property and choose. I've had some girls that want to get married in front of the fence that's close to the barn, and others that want to get married down in front of the Victorian house. So they can come out the front door of the home and then just have it set up right outside. There's plenty of property that you can choose. It's almost like there's 3 or 4 different landscaped areas that you probably want to pick from.
Nice. And how long does a client have with the property, say for an event? Not from Thursday to Sunday, but the actual day of the event. Usually we do events in there 5 hours. How long are you giving the client to actually have a party, like when the music has to be off and things like that?
Well, the music would have to be off at 10 p.m., but from that morning until the evening.
In the evening. And then they just pick 5 hours to actually have the party part of it.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes. Yeah.
And then when a client comes to you, how are they finding you? Is it word of mouth, Facebook, social media, website? How does somebody find Curtis Farm?
Right now, it is via Facebook and word of mouth.
So there is a Facebook page set up
Yes,
already.
we had a wedding already in October.
Nice.
And it was amazing how many people responded to the photographs
Oh, wow.
that they saw from her wedding.
That's great. So that you're getting the push for it. So
Yes.
how does your 2016 season? Does it work like ours, where January, February, March, April we work on 2017, or are you working on 2016 to get the word out and to get moving on having the bookings?
Right now, because we're in the final stages of the remodel and landscaping, we're working on 2016. But our plan definitely will be to work on a year or 2 in advance.
And do you have the set
Because-
prices on a website, or when they call you that you talk about the pricing and stuff like that? Is there,
When they call me and request a package, I will forward a package via email or mail.
and do you do walkthroughs?
Absolutely, yes.
So just if you were to call, just call and ask for Brenda, and you set up an appointment and you do a walkthrough and a consultation for their event, I assume.
Yeah.
And other social media outlets that you're using, like Pinterest and Snapchat. I mean, there's so many now you can't keep up with them, but it's crazy.
As I said, Fausto, we're kind of in the beginning stages,
Yeah.
so we're on Facebook, but we have not. We will be doing Pinterest, absolutely.
Awesome.
Instagram,
And so,
things like that.
how does your when I talk about 2016 and 2017, do you see the barn really like 2016 picking up the locomotive, almost going a little bit, but 2017 being your season? Is that how
Yes.
you're seeing it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
That will be.
And how many events do you plan within a year? Like, there's so many Saturdays that you can use. When are you open from and close from? When is your wedding season?
Our plan is to be year-round.
Year round. Wow.
Yes, we want to do the Winter Wonderland weddings as well.
Are you a heated barn?
Yes,
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
yes.
Congratulations on that.
We have a beautiful wood stove
Oh my God.
and
That's
internally
great.
in the barn. And
So winter would be beautiful with the snow and all of that, and the pictures that you can
Yes.
capture. Oh, that'll be beautiful.
and we have the sleigh and all those things so you can decorate. And
What exciting plans do you have for the barn, like that are coming up that you're working on that nobody's seen yet, that's new?
exciting plans for the barn. Well, to finish the interior, the floor, as we would like to see it. We still have some final touches for the barn is done. The barn is done with all the rustic wood. Therefore, we have a little bit of work to finish with that. Parking is on site. We have plenty of parking, so we will be finishing up the landscaping in behind the back side of the
So
barn
you've put
where
in
you
a parking
park.
lot as well.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
excellent.
so you park right on property, plenty of parking.
Do you offer valet parking, or they park themselves into the property?
Park themselves right into the property.
Into the property. And how are you handling the liquor part of it? I know for ourselves, we have a liquor company that we hire out. Are you doing the same thing? Or are you allowing the clients to bring in their own alcohol, or are you
No.
not doing that?
No.
You had licensed bartenders.
Licensed bartenders.
And I always say that that's really the way to go, because I'm a real stickler for that, because it really protects everybody, and especially when Maine has some really strict liquor laws. So I would say hire a liquor service that has the insurance, carries the liability, and the bartenders are tip certified. It's really important, and it also saves the venue the trouble of having to ask for extra insurance, which you still have to carry the extra insurance, which you can get from WedSafe or your insurance company. And I'm assuming you're doing the same thing. That
Yes.
When they rent the barn, they have to add you as an insured
Absolutely.
owner.
Yeah.
And so limit for is 250 a sit down, or is 250 standing?
Sit down.
Wow, that is one big barn. That's
Yes.
congratulations on that.
It's really like having two barns because of the size of it.
And you, if I remember correctly, you have a mezzanine level almost. Is there like above? Are you planning to doing something on there? Because I know that there's a built-in bar that's there already.
Yes, there's a balcony on one side of the barn, and pretty much whatever the wedding party chooses.
So it'll be
whatever the-
finished, and they can go up there. They could throw maybe the bouquet, maybe
That
put
is
the
finished
DJ.
already up there.
Oh, wow.
Yes, with a nice
Is it a good area that maybe they can put the DJ up there?
railing. You could, but I probably wouldn't recommend
Okay.
that. There's a couple different areas that you could put the DJ that are really comfortable for.
And for the rental process of it, do they have to bring every tables, chairs, china, silverware, glassware, just like every other barn, or is anything included?
For rehearsal dinners, if you wanted, we have service for about 60 people with silverware and the dishes. But as far as at this time, you would rent the tables, chairs, and
Now, will you be at any wedding shows this year coming up in the 2017 season that you want to tell the guests or our viewers to come check you out?
yeah, we will probably be at the Holiday Inn
Holiday Inn by the Bay?
by the Bay. Yes,
And that's a great show too. There's a lot of vendors that are there. I think it's attended by almost 1,000 people each day. So it's a well attended show.
yeah. I was impressed with it last
So,
year. When
and then are you going to have a booth there, or are you just stopping by? You're going to have a booth? Awesome. So check that booth out too when you go. And can you have horse and carriage come onto the property, things like that? Because when you said sled, that popped into my head.
Yes.
That would make a beautiful way into the property and a nice photo op for everybody. And so do you have contacts for that, or is that going to be on your vendor page as well?
We will put it on our vendor page as well. But yes, actually, the couple that got married in October, they had an antique truck that hauled them in on like a platform in the back, a flatbed type thing.
Oh, nice.
And yes, we have antique tractors that could pull you in, horse and buggy.
And
My
those can all
husband
be
and I-
used as props as well if you wanted to. Are those rentable items that you have on the property that we can use?
We have props that are available, a lot of antique props that are
Wow.
available, mostly included with the packages that we offer. And my husband and I think I said we got married on the property. We came in horse and buggy.
Did you really?
So it
Oh,
is-
wow.
Yeah, it's a very.
Was it your buggy, or did you rent?
We rented.
We rented,
Yeah, but we
wow.
do have a sleigh. We do have a buggy that we put outside to decorate the outside front of the barn. Whatever you choose, you can pick those pieces.
Now, a lot of barns are also, I know it's a wedding show, but they're also gearing towards team building. So they're having these events at these barns and setting up events that all their team members, their salespeople, the people in the office can all enjoy. Are you going after that kind of clientele as well?
I am.
So that's excellent. That's a
I
good way
am.
to do business.
I just had a 50th birthday party there.
So baby showers, 50th reunions,
Yes.
bat and bar mitzvahs. So that all works there too as well. So it's a great barn to do everything that you want to do, and I strongly recommend checking it out because, that's what Maine needed. We needed a lot of venues, and we got it. And so now you have choices that are everywhere, and they're beautiful, and they're all over this beautiful state, which is really nice. Tell us again where you're located in the state.
We are on Long Plains Road, which is Route 22 in Buxton.
So not far at all. So out from Saco to to Buxton?
Well, I'm 12 miles from the Maine Mall.
Okay, so there's
So
hotels
maybe
right there,
50
which
from
is perfect.
Sapu. Very
So,
close.
hotel-wise, you have several, so not to worry on that part. And how many does the house sleep?
13, and then with the bridal suite, another 2
So
there.
that's great there, right? So you got accommodations for everybody plus hotels. It's a wonderful location to see. So again, this is the Barnett Curtis Farm. Brenda, thank you for joining us today. And like I said, always, thank you for joining us on Maine Wedding Buzz. Look forward to next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.